ChatGPT relate ACIM to the movie An Extraordinary Journey through the lens of A Course in Miracles. Billy Graham, An Extraordinary Journey can be viewed through ACIM as a story not merely about a famous spiritual figure, but about devotion, purpose, guidance, and the mystery of answering an inner calling. Through the lens of ACIM, the deepest question is not how influential was Billy Graham. The deeper question is, what happens when a mind becomes devoted to what it believes is its function? The call. One of the central themes of the documentary is calling. A young man who did not initially envision the path ahead gradually feels drawn toward a larger purpose. This mirrors a recurring theme in ACIM. The Holy Spirit gently calls the mind toward awakening. The call rarely arrives with a complete map. Instead, it often appears as an inner pull, a sense of direction, a growing willingness. The spiritual journey frequently begins with responding to something that cannot yet be fully explained. Function. ACIM teaches that happiness comes from fulfilling our function, not a worldly role, not status, not achievement, but the function of extending love and awakening. Throughout the documentary, Billy Graham's life is presented as increasingly organized around a singular purpose. Whether one agrees with every theological position is secondary. From an ACIM perspective, the important theme is devotion to function. A divided mind suffers. A purpose-aligned mind experiences greater coherence. The messenger and the message. One of the recurring spiritual challenges is confusing the messenger with the message. The ego creates personalities, celebrities, icons, special figures, continually redirects attention away from personalities and toward content. The question becomes, what was being extended? Hope, faith, comfort, inspiration, guidance? The documentary invites viewers to look beyond the person and consider the deeper purpose being served. Faith versus control. The film portrays many situations involving uncertainty, risk, and trust. The ego seeks guarantees, predictability, control. The Holy Spirit teaches trust. One of the recurring lessons throughout the documentary is that the path often unfolds one step at a time. This closely mirrors the Course's teaching that guidance becomes clearer through willingness rather than control. Public identity. An interesting theme in the documentary concerns public identity. As Billy Graham becomes increasingly known, the challenge of maintaining integrity grows. The ego loves fame because fame reinforces specialness. Teaches that specialness is one of the ego's primary temptations. The deeper spiritual question is whether recognition strengthens the ego or becomes a vehicle for service. The documentary repeatedly returns to themes of humility and devotion rather than self-glorification. Forgiveness and equality. The film touches on moments where Graham spoke against racial division and sought greater human unity. From an AIM perspective, this reflects movement away from separation and toward joining. The Course teaches that every category used to divide humanity obscures the recognition of shared identity. Whenever perception shifts from division toward equality, healing begins. The journey beyond achievement. A deeper layer of the documentary reveals that worldly accomplishment alone does not explain a life. Numbers, crowds, influence, recognition. These are the measurements of the world. ACM asks different questions. Was love extended? Was fear reduced? Was joining encouraged? Was forgiveness demonstrated? The Holy Spirit measures differently than the ego. The Extraordinary Journey. The title itself carries symbolic significance. From an ACIM perspective, every awakening journey is extraordinary because it involves the gradual undoing of the belief in separation. The outer details differ. The inner journey remains similar. Fear softens. Trust deepens. Purpose clarifies. The mind becomes increasingly willing to listen. The journey is ultimately not about becoming special. It is about remembering what was always true. The central reflection, the ego watches An Extraordinary Journey and asks, how successful was this person's life? The Holy Spirit watches An Extraordinary Journey and asks, how willing was this mind to answer its calling? Viewed through AFM, the documentary becomes a meditation on purpose, devotion, and guidance. The story points beyond biography toward a universal invitation. Every mind is being called. Every life contains opportunities to extend love. Every journey becomes meaningful when its purpose shifts from self-importance to service. The deepest message may be, an extraordinary life is not measured by fame, influence, or accomplishment. It is measured by willingness. The more the mind yields to love, guidance, and purpose, the more it remembers that the journey was never about becoming great. It was about becoming transparent to the presence that was guiding it all along. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.